Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a short video just on some random vintage Star Wars bits and bobs, some collectibles that we've got. And when I say vintage, this isn't the oldest stuff in my collection. A lot of this is from the special editions and the prequel trilogy. But seeing as special editions are 20 years old, 20 years plus, as is the Phantom Menace now, I think they count. So let's get on with it. None of this stuff's particularly valuable, to be honest with you. It's been sitting in a box in the loft and I've only recently dug it out, so let's take a quick look. In no particular order. This is like a packet of, this is from episode 2, a packet of stickers. I cannot remember where these came from, but they were a freebie with something. There's no label on it, so I can't remember where that was from. Again, we're in no order here, but we have I bought this in Hungary, and this is a bootleg pack of cards from episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and as the image on the front illustrates, these are not genuine. Needless to say, I've never seen another pack. We've got a spelling mistake on the back there. It's a very peculiar set. I won't go through all of them in too much detail because we've got a few other bits and pieces to get through, but the cards themselves are just sort of very generic. They do vary in design a bit. There's each, if you look, 2 cards come with the same number. There's no instructions on how to play it, so don't really know too much about what's going on with that, but it's an interesting find. Hungarian bootleg cards. We have a whole bunch of Tazos. For those of you not familiar with Tazos, these were in Walker's crisps, Doritos and things back in 96, 97 when the special edition came out. Really neat. There's some really cool designs like this one. Look, the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition. Some of them were exclusive to Doritos. To be honest, back then I was mainly stuffing my face with Doritos, so I have got a lot of the exclusive ones. I think this one is, if I remember rightly. That's one of them. And you could tell, yeah, because it would tell you there, look, exclusive to Doritos. So we have a whole mess of those. I've got loads of those. I'm ashamed to say I did buy all of the packets of crisps that these came in. I didn't buy these afterwards. And there's a lot more where that came from. That's probably about a third of them. And perhaps a bit more interestingly, we have some sealed ones that I never opened. Jabba the Hutt. That same one with the band from Jabba's Palace there. Exclusive to Doritos. That one's sealed. Luke and R2, C3PO, Yoda, quite a nice one. They're all numbered. See, that one's numbered 19. And I think somewhere here, yeah, look, we've got the sealed logo one, which is quite nice. I think that was the last one. Yeah, that was number 50. There was 50 in the whole set. I have got the album that you would push these into. I have got a complete one of those. We're not doing that in this video. We've got some other bits and pieces to get through. The other thing that came out in Walker's Crisps a few years later for episode 1 were these scratch cards. And you can see there's lots of them. And the way that this would work is that you would have to scratch off. You have to scratch off on the inside, and if you manage to get the arrow to point you down, you then scratch off the next one, and if you got all the way to the bottom without hitting a cross, you could then either take your chance with winning £1 million, or just take the free Jar Jar toy. It has to be said, very, very, I mean, it was quite hard to do. Even, I mean, I don't know many people that ever got to that bottom point. And of course, if you did, chances were all you were going to get was the free Jar Jar toy. This was it. It used to have a sticky tongue that came out and it kind of stuck to things, but it's long since perished. Not that exciting, but there it is. What else have we got? We've got some of these. These are like bookmarks, again from episode 1. I think these were a Cadbury's. Yeah, these came in Cadbury's fingers. Yeah, bookmark type thing. Got one of Darth Maul. Got a sealed one there of Jar Jar Binks. And we've got a Queen Amidala. There's those. There's another random episode 1. They really went nuts on the merchandise with episode 1. They calmed it right down for Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, because it was overkill on episode 1. I mean, there were so many deals. I think, you know, being the first new Star Wars film in over 20 years, everybody got on the bandwagon. These again, episode 1. These were a pack of there's 20 different character cards from the Phantom Menace. These were a Kentucky Fried Chicken giveaway, and if I remember rightly, the way they did it is each week there would be, I think, perhaps 2 cards released. So it was actually quite difficult to get the entire pack kind of organically, i.e. just by going in and buying a meal, and only certain meals qualified. KFC had some other deals on at the time. They had some branded cups. Again, I do have some of those. We're not going to cover those in this video. This pack, I bought it. I think at the time, you know, some people had just, probably people that worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken, had just stolen entire packs, and they weren't very expensive. I think for like £2 back then. I'd bought the whole pack, so there is all 20 there. So there's those. Another random Hungarian thing. This is from Geo Chips, which is a popular chips brand in other parts of the world, not so much here in the UK. As you can see, it's Hungarian. That's from episode 3, sorry, beg your pardon. Revenge of the Sith. It's got General Grievous on it. We have, randomly, not sure where this one's come from, because these came in the Tazo albums. So these little Tazos that we were talking about earlier, when you bought an album, each one had a card stuck to the front of it, sort of like a credit card type setup, and they did different characters. I've got another Darth Vader one, and we have a random C-3PO one knocking around. Has to be said, I do think Walkers did a great job of the promotions that they were running, both around the special edition in 96, 97 and the Phantom Menace. I think the way they packaged it, branded it, pulled it together, just nice, just looked nice. A lot of the stuff was good quality. It was engaging for fans, you know. We have here some movie shot slides. Again, these are from the special edition. I cannot remember where I got these from. They do have a Smith's logo on the back, Smith's Crisps, you know, another snack brand. They are in full colour. The camera's not doing them justice. I think these were designed to go into like a viewer, you know, a backlit viewer. You'd slide them in, and they're sort of designed to look like film slides. Like I say, I have no idea where I got these. I may have picked them up at a boot sale or one of the Star Wars fairs that I used to go to. I wouldn't have paid very much for them at all. And there's just a random selection that you can see that they are all numbered, and I don't know how many there were in the set. I've never even bothered to look them up, and I've just got a few sort of random ones. So there's those. As we said, I haven't seen many of those since I got those. And finally, what a quirky item. When Revenge of the Sith came out, there was a video game, and I remember being on a Virgin Atlantic flight to New York, I think it was, and a branded Revenge of the Sith sick bag, which I managed to rescue pristine from the flight that I was on. Again, none of this stuff is worth any any money really, but they're just quirky little items that you get as you pick up as you go along. So there we are. Hope you enjoy the video. We will do some more. See you soon. Bye bye.